जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुन तीरावनचारी। यमुन तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदा नंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यशोदा नंदन व्रज जन रंजन। यमुन तीरावनचारी। यमुन तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ॐ अज्ञानां तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कथामयं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहन रघुनाथान्वितं तां सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहन ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभवेव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयं मुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी। वासुदेव परा वेदा वासुदेव परामकः Vasudeva para yoga, Vasudeva para kriyaha, Vasudeva param jnanam, Vasudeva param tapaha, Vasudeva paro dharmaha, Vasudeva para gatihi, Krishnaya Vasudevaya, Devaki Nandanaya cha, Nanda Gopakumaraya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. Nama Sankirtanam Yasya, Sarva Papa Pranashanam, Pranama Dukkha Shamanas, Tam Namami Harim Param, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Thank you all coming for our fourth day of the Saptaham on releasing the Srimad Bhagavatam. We have completed 3 cantos out of 12 cantos. Today we are going to see the fourth volume, cantos, called cantos. We are going to enter into the fourth canto. Before that, something that we want to convey this message from a Upanishad. Of many Upanishads, there's one Upanishad called Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In this Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there was a conversation took place between a rishi called Yajnavalkya, and he had 2 wives, Maitreyi, Katyayani. There's a beautiful conversation that took place. Yajnavalkya decided to retire from his family life and want to get fully dedicated into in the meditation of the absolute truth. So, but one cannot take full time into devotional activities or become a sannyasi without having a permission, approval from especially from the spouse, the wives. Therefore, he approached his wife, Katyayani. He told that I'm going to retire and I'm going to divide my whatever I have into 2, one for you, another one for your co-sister, Maitreyi. And Katyayani said, well, all the best, good luck. And she was happy. She took whatever Yajnavalkya gave and said bye. And he went to Maitreyi, who was wiser than the other co-wife, co-sister. And Yajnavalkya told her, I'm going to leave. I already settled my deal with your sister. Now you please also accept and let me go. So I'm going to give you the wealth that I have. You please take it and take care of rest of your life. But Maitreyi said, that's fine. I have no problem you going. But then I want you to tell something to me before you leave. Leave me and go. He said, what do you want to know? If first thing is that I'm not interested in any of the thing that you gave me as a wealth, but that's fine. You gave it anyway. I'll have it. But if you're leaving all this thing, the family and all your wealth and going away, that means you should be having something more than this. That means you're planning to get something better than this. That's why you're giving up all these material things. Just if you want my permission, then you have to tell me a way or thing that whatever you're going to get, I should also get. What you're going to get by leaving us and going, I should also get that. So tell me what is that, then I'll let you go. Then Yajnavalkya said that, okay, I can tell you. And he started giving that Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka, the big one. Brihad means big, very big. So he started giving some instruction on this one. There's one particular section where he says, a gist of this Upanishad, where he says, Atmavare pati kamaya pati priyo bhavati, atmaknu kamaya pati priyo bhavati. He says that the husband is not meant to live, husband is not living for anyone else, but for himself. And then he goes into the next line, says Nava are jhaya kamaya jhaya priyo bhavati, atmanastu kamaya jhaya priya bhavati. He says the wife is not living for the husband, but she is living for herself. Hold on until I finish this one. And then he goes on saying that Nava are putra anukamaya putra priya bhavati atmanastu kamaya putra priya bhavati. The children are living for not for anyone else, they are living for themselves. So he goes on list after list after list after list saying that everyone is living for themselves, they are not for living for anyone else. Therefore, you should know I am not for you and you are not for me. The gist of what he's trying to say is we all trying to think that we are living for others, others are depending on us. But the truth is, no one is depending on us, everyone is on their own. That's a reality. It may be hard for us to accept, but that's the truth. We may say, I can't live without this person, and we may think they cannot live without me. But what this great sage is saying, no one is actually depending on anyone else. Life goes on. Life is going to go on. Yes, things are happening in our life which we don't expect to happen, which we are not wanting to happen, but happens. But the truth is that everyone lives for themselves. Everyone lives for themselves. What a highest truth, hard for us to digest. Hard for us to digest. But that is the reality. That's the truth. That's the truth. No one has stopped eating. No one has stopped sleeping. No one is not going to stop any of these activities because we don't have someone in our life. That doesn't mean that we don't love that person. That's not to say we don't hate that. Love does not necessarily mean that we have to kill ourselves to show our love. That's not what the sage is also saying here. He's trying to awaken us, saying that the truth is, come to us, understand the truth is, we are all for ourselves. That's the truth. Ultimately, we are thinking of ourselves. So what are we going to do? Ourselves meaning Atma, our Atma. We have to focus on our Atma to establish the connection towards Paramatma. Atma vare drashtavyaha sottavyaha mantavya nirityasti savyaha. Then he says finally one punch says, therefore, my dear wife, think about Atma, think about Paramatma. When you start drashtavyam, shrotavyam, when you start hearing, shrotavyam, when you start hearing, when you start contemplating on what you hear, when you meditate on what you heard, the simple topic, what has been told here is, when we all come gather here at 6 o'clock, we stay here till 7:30, and we hear something. Hearing is one aspect. Once we heard something, the next thing is that we have to start meditating on what we heard. And then we have to contemplate, what did he say? Does it really makes any sense to me? How does it apply to me? So we have to start contemplating on what we heard. When we first hear, when we hear the carry on the message, what we heard, and we start thinking about it, as we more deeper get into the thoughts of it, it's called contemplating on the thoughts of what we heard. That will help us to then start focusing on the Atma Paramatma. When we do this one, drashtavyam. Drashtavyam means we'll be able to see that Lord, eye to eye. So everything starts from first hearing. If we stop hearing, then nothing goes forward in our life. So very important for us to hear. Therefore, we all gathered here to hear another beautiful story of one great devotee. And this great devotee is not a retired person. He's not in his settled in his life. None of those things. He is a small boy of age 5. He's just 5 years old boy. And that is the story that we are going to see. His name is Dhruva. Dhruva Charitra or Dhruva Maharaj. Is just a 5-year-old boy. So let's hear about the story. This story is in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and we are going to straight enter into the 8th chapter of the fourth canto, where Dhruva is. So let me read this. The Swayambhuva Manu, if you remember, I told the couple Swayambhuva Manu and Shatarupa. Irma anga children irukkonga. So Shatarupa and Swayambhuva Manu, the first human being of Brahma, and they got 2 sons, Priyavarta and then Uttanapada. So they are the 2 sons. So Priyavarta Uttanapada Shatarupa Pate Sutaha Vasudevasya Kalaya Rakshayam Jagataha Stito. So the sloka starts here. Swayambhuva Manu had with his wife Shatarupa, he got two sons, Uttanapada and Priyavrata. And Uttanapada is a story that we are going to see. He divided the world into two, and then, not physically, he separated and gave one to Priyavrata and then Uttanapada. Take care of the world. You people start ruling this one. Jaye Uttanapadasya Sunitihi Suruchistaya. This Uttanapada, he had two wives. One wife name is Suniti. Another wife name is Suruchi. Tayaha. Suruchi, now there comes the important part. He had two wives. Out of these two wives, Suruchi ki Priyasi Patyur. Priyasi. Priyasi means he loves out of these two wives, he has special corner, special love, affection towards Suruchi, actually the second wife. But the first wife is Suniti. But Suniti, he hates her. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. He hates her for some reason, he doesn't like the first wife. That's so. Netarayat Suto Dhruva. Unfortunately, the son who was born to Suniti was Dhruva. The son who was born to Suruchi was Uttama. Therefore, he showered his love to Uttama. He did not bother to focus and spend time with Dhruva. Two wives, Suruchi, Suniti. Suniti, son was Dhruva, and Suruchi, son was Uttama. Now, let's just pause here and understand the meaning of those two names. It looks like a movie story here. Someone had a couple of wives and he liked one wife and ignored another, like a movie story. Many of the movie story you see now or in the past, they're all taken from Puranas. They just change characters, make it into more flowery things, that's all. But here, Suniti, the meaning of Suniti, Niti means dharma, Niti, wise, wisdom, dharma, Suniti. And a Suruchi, Ruchi means the worldly attraction. Therefore, in reality, not only Uttanapada had two wives, every one of us are having two wives. If you are in a woman body and consider, you have two husbands. That's all I can say. So we all have two wives. One is Suruchi, one is Suniti. That is, we are married to two wives means we want to be married to dharma and we are also married to material affairs. But how we function is we less focus on the dharma, more we focus on the material affairs. Just like this king. The deeper meaning of this wives and Uttanapada, this is how we have to understand, not get into the details of why and so, what happened to them. There's a family problem. Did they go for counseling? Let's not worry about all those things. Now, for us, the message from these two wives is we play the role of Uttanapada, that we also have two wives. One is Suruchi, one is Suniti. There is dharma and there is material affairs. Laukikam and Vaidikam in Sanskrit. Vaidikam means the spiritual aspect and Laukikam means worldly affairs. Our focus is morely on the worldly affairs. That's where your attraction is so much. I want to have nice things. I want to eat nice things. I want to see wonderful things. And we call them, please come and sit in Bhagavatam class. He said, no, I have committed to someone else. I have to go there. What is it? Birthday party. Or someone's birth, whatever it may be, right? So that is where our attractions are. Lest we focus on the dharma part. Likewise, Uttanapada also was doing this. One day, like how we tell stories to the children. One day, you know what happened? Like that. So how beautifully the story is all Yekada. One day, Yekada Suruchihi Putram Angam Aropya Lalayam. One day what happened in the arena, in the place, in the palace where king was sitting there, Uttanapada was sitting, right next to him, who was supposed to be sitting is Suniti, but then Suniti is kicked out, but she is there. She's been given some care. But then Suruchi was sitting, and on the lap of Uttanapada, Uttama was sitting. Uttama was sitting there. So that is what is Uttamam Narurokshatam. Dhruvam, at that point of time, Dhruva he was walking at the side and he was entering into that same place where ministers, this is a situation. They were not sitting in some living room or bedroom, and they were sitting on the hall where all the ministers and soldiers and all those people are there, and the king was sitting on the throne, and Surichi was sitting next, and their son Uttama was sitting on his lap. And the boy, 5-year-old boy, now it is very easy to tell a story, but we have to get into the character to understand how this each character would have felt in the emotions. Now we have to get to the heart of Dhruva. Dhruva, 5-year-old boy, is coming and is seeing the scene there. Father is sitting, and that on the lap, his brother, his cousin, right? Brother of brother. His brother was sitting, Uttama was sitting. He's seeing that. He's just seeing that. How wonderful that is. How nice that is. Because Dhruva never had a loving relationship with his father. Not that he doesn't want to have. The father didn't have any loving relationship with the son. He did not focus on his this Dhruva at all because he didn't like his wife. Therefore, he didn't like the son who was born from Uttama, from his wife, Suniti. Therefore, Dhruva was watching the scene. And as he was watching the scene, he thought for a minute, I would also like to sit on my father's lap. His 5-year-old kid, what does he know? He doesn't know the formalities, ethics, that's the public, people are sitting here, you cannot do these things, it's not your house. People doesn't know, right? If you're going to a clinic or a hospital, right? At that, say Komal was a small girl. Small Komal is mama, she said, hey, shoo, don't do that. Will you say that? You won't say that. Because she is a loving child, she comes, you will be happily okay, you'll stop everything and take her and pat her and do whatever you need to do. At that point of time, you don't think I am in my duty. You don't do that one. But likewise, because she's a child, she doesn't know how to behave in a public place. Likewise, Dhruva didn't know what to do. As soon as he saw his brother sitting there on the lap of his father, he wanted to sit also. So he rushed, he ran to the throne. As he ran through the throne, ready to jump and sit on his father's lap, stop! A sound came. Stop. That was Suruchi. Suruchi said, you stop. And then he got, someone is screaming at the child, is just taken back, and he just stood there, frozen. He don't know what to do. He said, you can't sit on lap of my husband. You cannot sit on lap of my husband. No, that is my father. Yeah, that's your father. But you're not my child. You're not my child. A mother talking to a 5-year-old kid, these dialogues, I'm not making up, it's all Bhagavatam slokas. You have no qualification, sit on your father's lap. Why do you say mother? He's liking, loving, he doesn't understand this, the whole thing. Why do you say mother? That's my father. Yeah, he's your father, but you're not my child. Yeah, but I'm also, no, you're not born from me, therefore you cannot sit on your father's lap. The child is asking, what can I do so that I can sit on my father's lap? You should be born from me. I should be a mother, but you're not my son this lifetime. Therefore, the best thing is you die. She's talking to the 5-year-old girl, you better die and then reborn into my womb so you can sit on your father's lap. Mother, how the innocent child is asking, mother, how can I be born in your womb? Well, go and pray to God. You go and pray to Narayana. Go and pray to God. And if the God is pleased, then you ask him that you want to be born in my womb, Surichi's womb. So he will bless you. You can be born as my child and you can come and sit on your father's lap. As soon as Dhruva heard this one, he was hissing with, don't know what to do. He was angry, in fact. A 5-year-old kid didn't know what to do when he heard this dialogues from another mother. He don't know what to do. At that time, Sukadeva was saying this, Suruchi, as she gave this solution, Edirchasi Nirpasanam. What did he say? What did she say? That you said you have to go, do austerity, pray to Lord Narayana, and then seek his blessings to be born in my womb as a child. You can come back and sit on your father's lap. This is what she said. As soon as he heard this one, his heart became very heavy. At that time, what it's been said is like you take a stick and hit on a snake, and the snake will hiss, and with so much of pain, it just slids and goes away like that with hissing sound, heavy hissing sound. It just goes away like that. Like that, he got hit heavily in his heart. And with this hissing, heavy breathing, he just ran to his mother with heavy heart. He ran to his mother. Everyone were watching. The assembly was watching what's going on for this 5-year child, but no one said anything. They were just witnessing all the things. That's all. But then what happened is he was running to his mother. As he was running to his mother, the news has already gone to his mother. It's very fast. The mother already knew. What's the mother's name? Suniti. Suniti already knew what has happened over there in the assembly. So she couldn't control herself. She was so weeping and crying and thinking about the pathetic situation of what she's going through. And all these years, she was suffering. Now, the biggest problem is mothers are okay to take the pain on themselves, but they can't take if the same insult is happening to their own child. So Surichi was doing everything all these years for me, but now she's also insulting my son. So as she was crying, pouring out so much, Dhruva was coming, running. She saw that Dhruva was coming. Immediately she removed and she wiped off her eyes and tears and everything, sat normally as if nothing has happened. Because she doesn't want to show that the pain that she's going through to her child. Many times parents are like that. Parents are, they go through so much suffering, so much pain and so much things they in their life. They don't go and tell their children, we don't have money. I can't get you bread. How many of we don't have God, by God's blessing, we don't have to say that dialogues, but just imagine the parents who doesn't have money does not go and tell the child, I don't have money, I don't get it. They somehow or the other try to earn money and give what the child needs. And they don't go and tell the child, I worked for you. I worked hard for you to get a glass of milk. No one is going to say that one because they know it's going to hurt the child. Therefore, Suniti doesn't want to show her emotions to the son who's coming with heavy heart and pain. Therefore, she was normal as if nothing happened. Dhruva came crying so heavy. Heavily he was crying, couldn't even stop. When you're really heavy heart, you can't utter a word. So he said, wait, but wait, slow down. What up? Everything is okay. Don't worry, don't worry. She was just pacifying him, telling him, just slow down. Drink some glass of water. Take some glass of water. Drink, slow. Tell me what happened. Tell me what happened. And then he started narrating everything that happened in the assembly. He said, Mom, I wanted to go and sit on the lap of my father, and I was kicked out. Mother said, Mother Surichi said, I have no qualifications, sit. And she told me that I have to be born in her womb. If I have to be born in her womb, I have to go to the forest and pray to Lord Narayana and get his blessing so that I can be born in her womb. Then I can sit in our father's lap. This is what she said. This is a beautiful thing. How does a mother respond to such situation? The Srimad Bhagavatam is definitely giving us the highest truth of ultimately going back to Vaikuntha, how to develop bhakti and everything. Not only that, it also teaches etiquettes of how we have to deal in a situation, some things happen in our life. That is also told in Srimad Bhagavatam. Now a child is coming running to a mother and saying, Mom, that someone has said this thing to me, so and so said this thing to me. Mother will immediately do what? Hey, come with me. They will take the child and shout and scream and do whatever we need to do to that person who said something to my child. That's what we try to do. React to the situation immediately. We react to the situation. Yes? Naturally, as a parent, they will try to protect their child. Everyone want to protect their children. But they try to do this one. But I also, this is a side note to tell. When there is, what at any time when the two kids are fighting, and they come and complain to the parent, you just hear and let it go. If we try to get involved to solve the fightings of the children, guess what? The children will be playing tomorrow, and you and that children parent will be fighting. These boys will be together happily, because children fighting is always like that. They fight, they get together. They fight, they get together. Parents should not get involved in these things. They let, unless and until physically something is, that's a different topic called. Likewise, another side note, when there is a problem between husband and wife, you don't become a great advisor and go to advise them, because husband and wife fight all the time. Today they will fight, evening they will get together. Morning they will fight, evening they'll get. This is a normal thing between the relationship, between husband and wife relationship. You don't poke your nose to understand and solve the problem unless and until it's a serious matter. But what we do is we'll become a mentor, we become a counselor, we become a guru, advisor, everything to solve the problem when there's no advice has been asked for. So that's not to be done. Now, Suniti, this is why her name is Suniti. Suniti says that Mamangalam Tat Purushe Mamstu. He says that, my dear son, I heard whatever you said attentively. Your mother's your Surichi said that you're not born to her. You're not. I'm not a fortunate lady. You're born to an unfortunate lady. This is what she said. What she said is true. I am unfortunate one. What she said, she acknowledged of what Surichi said. Suniti acknowledged that yes, what Surichi said, I am an unfortunate one, because what is considered to be fortunate for a wife? To have love of husband. I don't have my husband's love. Therefore, I am an unfortunate lady. What she said is true. Don't get angry on her. That is true. The second thing she said is, you are not, because you are born to me who is an unfortunate woman, not that you are unfortunate, because you drank my milk, you have to go through this one. But you are a nice kid. You are a wonderful kid. But because you are born to me, you are suffering. How nicely she is consoling her son and not putting blame on anyone else, but she's taking blame on herself for the situation that she's going through. And she also said the third thing, that what Surichi said is, you have to go and pray to Lord Narayana to be better in your life. What she said is 100% true. That is also true. The only person who can give shelter to all of us is Satyam Suricha Bhihitam Bhavan Me. What Surichi said is Satyam. What she said is true, that for you to find a solution, no one can give a solution to you. No one can solve your problem. The only one who can solve your problem is Lord Narayana. Therefore, you have to go to the forest and you have to pray to Narayana. But here's the point. This is what she says. That what, what she says is that, kindly, please, everyone mute yourself. Please, please mute yourself. Thank you. She said that whatever she said is correct. Number one, she said, you born to Durbhagyavati. Durbhagyavati is, I am unfortunate. You're born to Durga Bhagyavati. Yes, that is true. And she said you have to go to the forest and pray to Narayana. That is also true. Only slight correction I have to make to what she said. The advice can be taken from anyone and everyone. Doesn't matter. As long as the advice is a good advice, we can take from anyone and everyone. If there is slight modification need to be done, we have to do the modification accordingly. That's right. That's no problem with that one. Therefore, whatever Surichi said, everything is correct except one thing that I'm going to correct. What did she say? She said you have to go to the forest, pray to Narayana, so that second part of it is, you will be born to her as a son and then go and sit on the lap of your father, Uttanapada. This is the part I need to correct. When you go and pray to Lord Narayana, and when you're going to get the blessing, when you're going to get the darshan of Lord Narayana, why you have to be born as a son of Suruchi, and why you have to sit on the lap of this father? You might as well sit on the lap of Narayana itself. Why you have to go and sit on this father when the Supreme Father is there? Why you have to pray to, let me sit on this father's lap? Well, go and jump and sit on Narayana's lap. That is what you need to pray. That's a slight correction I need to do. Just pray for that one. That's what you need to. And she's giving such an encouragement to her son, rather than sitting and crying along with the son. When children comes and talks and has a problem, you don't start crying with them. You have to give and motivate them, inspire them, and give them some positive thoughts and words to make them go in their life, further go into their life. You don't break down and start sitting, oh, this is what you happened. I'm feeling so sad for you, don't know what to do, and we have to cover ourselves, all our emotions, and speak something positive to the children so that they can move on with their life. Okay? And then when they go outside, you sit and cry. That's a different thing. Now, what she said is, so my dear son, you need to know something. The only one, I'm going to give you some examples. If you say that you have to go to the forest, you have to pray to Narayana, and Narayana is the one who's going to bless you for what you want, then the first question is, has anyone has benefited by praying to Lord Narayana? The question may come. As anyone has prayed to Lord Narayana, has been blessed. Why not? Your great grandfather, whose great grandfather of the Dhruva? Dhruva's father is Uttanapada. Uttanapada's father is Swayambhuva Manu. Swayambhuva Manu's great grandfather. Swayambhuva Manu's father is Brahma. Your Brahma has prayed to Lord Narayana to become Brahma and hold the position. He himself has done this one. He is holding the position because he prayed to Lord Narayana. That's number one example. What about your grandfather, Swayambhuva Manu? He became a Manu and still is continuing to do his service as a Manu because he pleased Lord Narayana. Therefore, you have a great two examples that your great grandfather benefited by praying to Lord Narayana and your grandfather has benefited by praying to Lord Narayana. I propose you pray to Lord Narayana. You right away, do not wait here, you just go. Go to the forest and pray to Lord Narayana. You must take the shelter of Supreme Personality of God. Tameva Vatsastraya Astraya Vatsa Astraya Bhritya Vatsalam. The sloka says you have to take shelter of Lord Narayana because it's Bhakta Vatsala. Vatsa means calf. The meaning of Vatsa means calf. Vatsala means like how a mother cow showers a love to his calf, newly born calf. You know, when babies are born, the babies are taken away from the whatever the thing called, I don't know. They take the baby away and take the baby, clean the baby, shower, whatever they do everything and bring it back to the father. Like, but in the case of cow delivering a calf, no one comes to help to clean the calf. You know what happens? Who cleans the calf? Huh? Exactly. And how does it do? With its tongue. It cleanses the calf with it. Yucky. Oh, yucky. It doesn't think like that. Can you imagine? Even I don't know if mother will be given, newly born baby is given to the fathers and, hey, please clean and give. Fathers may say this one, but mother cow does not see the defects of his child. It cleanses all the thing and then start loving the child. That was it. Krishna, the Supreme Lord, when we approach and surrender to Krishna with all the defects that we have, we are not perfect souls. We are not at all perfect. We have committed so many mistakes. We are still committing so many mistakes. We are sinful. We are carrying so much karma. But we go in front of Krishna and say, my dear Lord, I am yours. Tava asmi, I am yours. Please take care of. When we do this Sharanagati, we surrender to Krishna, like how the mother cow does not see defects on the calf, likewise the Lord does not see anything as a fault in us when we surrender to God. Therefore, my dear son, rush now, go into the forest and pray to Lord Narayana. She gives, and she doesn't pack tiffin boxes, by the way. Lunch box for, they take this for breakfast, sandwiches, bagels, and this is for your lunch, tamarind rice. Evening, eat only fruits, it'll be heavy for you. She doesn't do any of this thing. And the boy is not asking for all the snacks items, chips and all those things. He just walks out. He just walks. This is a sad part. As he was walking out of his mother's place, mother was happy. Which mother will send a son of 5-year-old into the forest? Then we should understand how much the mother must be having faith in God. Otherwise, it's not possible to send, many of who came to this country, our parents would have been, hey, do you know anyone there? You're going by yourself. Do you have enough contacts? We'll make all the arrangements before coming to the place. But here, what arrangements were made for Dhruva to go into the forest? Suruchi had complete faith in God. She knows that God is going to take care of Dhruva. That is the faith. That is the faith that we all should have, like this mother. Everyone will be taken care. We are here to support the family. We are here to support whatever the best we could. But ultimately, who's a caretaker? Doctors? Insurance? Our family members? No.
Krishna.
Exactly. When we go to the Gajendra Moksha story, it's amazing. We'll know who's real caretaker. This is just a trailer or introduction of what's coming in Gajendra Moksha. So here she's saying she had that faith that Krishna is going to take care of my son. Therefore, my dear son, go. Don't delay it. Just go. He is the only one who can give you all that you need. Therefore, you go and pray to Ananya Bhave Nijadharma Bhavite. Ananya Bhave. There's no one else except Krishna who can save you. Take shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Therefore, he will protect you. Nanyam tatha padam palasya lochanat. No other thing is needed. Go and pray to Krishna. When he left the house, when Dhruva was walking out of the house, he doesn't know that, by the way, he doesn't have any, GPS and direction. And he's just walking. He's just, as he was walking out of the house, there were people around. The soldiers were standing, the maid servants were standing, and as he was walking out of the palace, there were citizens were there, the ministers were there. Not one person came and said, "Hey, Dhruva, shall I pack you something? Dhruva, is everything?" No one bothered to even say bye to him, because they are, one part is they are afraid because they are going to get in the bad books of Suruchi. She's been under controlling everything now. They don't want to. And the second thing is, the biggest lesson that we have to learn here is, if we don't, this is a lesson for all of us, if we don't respect our family member, no other people will respect. If I don't respect my child, others will not respect my child. If I don't take care of my wife, if I don't respect my husband, the world will not respect my husband, my wife. This is the biggest lesson we learn from this story. Uttanapada did not respect his wife, does not give love to his son. Therefore, the world rejected the family. They did not care for Suniti. They did not care for Dhruva. They were all taking care of their own business. Dhruva was unattended, walking towards the forest. Walking towards the forest. But when someone is in this situation, God will definitely send someone to take care of us. Whether we realize or not, this happens in everyone's life. We will be in such a situation. We may be in such a difficult situation. From nowhere, someone will come into our life to help us. How is that? God will send. God will send. Like the previous question, we should understand that that doesn't mean that they are avatar. They're not avatar, but that God sent support system to us. We have to be thankful to that person, and we have to be thankful to God who has sent this person in our life. Therefore, as he was walking into the forest, he entered the forest already. Now Dhruva was inside the forest. He was walking. He was seeing everything for the first time. He didn't even notice that what is this for. He was just walking, completely focusing, trying to find Lord Narayana. Because everyone said, Suniti said, Suruchi said, you have to go to the forest, because I've heard that the sages go to the forest and that's where they find God. With whatever the limited knowledge that they understood, they had. Therefore, they said you have to go to the forest. Therefore, Dhruva also went to the forest looking for where is God. He's looking here and there and looking for God. Where is God? Where is God? Likewise, he's walking to the forest. At that point of time, uncalled, uninvited person arrived on the spot. And whenever there is a need to help someone, to show them the right path, that person will come. Unfortunately, this person is projected in all the Indian movies as a comedian. As a comedian. Right? Guess who that is?
Narada.
Narada. Narada. He is not a comedian. He is a hero. Real hero. A spiritual hero. He has saved many one's life. Unless and until we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we will not understand the glories of Narada. We will only see him as a comedian who creates problem between two parties. That's how we project him, unfortunately. But he has saved millions of lives. Srimad Bhagavatam is the best literature where you can find Narada everywhere coming and saving people in the right direction. Everyone. So many stories are there. So Narada comes on the spot here. Narada tat upakarnyam nyatva tasya chikishitam spratva mordhani. This is a beautiful thing. As soon as Narada comes on the way here in the forest, Dhruva is walking like this, and Narada comes on the way. He said, hey, he stops there. As soon as Dhruva sees this great sage, he has heard about Narada. Everyone knows about Narada, by the way. He immediately fell at the feet. Mordhani Anga. He said, immediately fell at the Narada's feet. He fell at the feet. Narada became very pleased. 5-year child falling at the feet of a sage. This is the culture. Therefore, whenever we see an elderly person, a respectful person, aged person, whoever it is, we have to fall at their feet and get their blessings. This is an example of Dhruva was only 5-year-old. You can't stand like this in front of people when great sages come. We have to try to bend and take their blessings. Therefore, he fell at the, as soon as he fell at the feet, Narada Muni caught, just carried him like this, and my dear child, get up. My dear child, get up. Panina praga vimshitaha. He just got up. As he got up, now Narada touched on his head like this. My dear child, he was going to talk now. Narada is going to talk to him. But when the small child comes, we'll touch their head and speak, right? Or catch hold of them like this and touch them, make them comfortable. And like that, Narada touched at the head of Dhruva. As soon as Narada touched the head of Dhruva, whatever little bit of misunderstanding that Dhruva had, whatever little bit of obstacles that he had in the further to proceed into the path of bhakti was removed. When Guru comes into our life, that all our confusion will be gone. The attachment will be gone. We'll be ready to be more fixed in our Krishna consciousness. But we have to accept when Guru comes. We cannot run away. Hey, that guy is coming, let me run away. If he comes, he will ask me questions. Are you chanting? Are you following this one? Are you doing this one? Therefore, better to keep a distance from this person. He comes and he asks me all these questions. From a distance, I will respect him. I don't want to go close to him. That is, we are killing ourselves. We are killing ourselves. Therefore, as soon as Dhruva saw the Guru, he fell at the feet. He said, the Narada started speaking now. What did Narada speak here? My dear Chan, this is a deep forest. It's a jungle. Wild animals are here. Reptiles are here. It's not a safe place, even for an adult. What to speak of a 5-year-old child like you? Why don't you do something? Written back. I think you must have lost your way. Narada knows everything. He's just presenting himself as if he doesn't know what has happened. He knew what has happened, what has took place in the palace, but he's trying to make a conversation with Dhruva to understand where he stands. He says, "I think you lost your way. I can take you back home." Dhruva said, "No, I didn't get lost. I know where I'm going." Then why are you here then? If you know where you're going, then why are you in the forest? Well, then he started narrating the story, what happened to him. Dhruva started narrating the story, whatever has happened to him. And Narada said, my dear son, insult and praise are common in this world. Whoever is praised today, the person who is praising person A is praising person B. Tomorrow, the same person A can insult person B, same person. That is the nature of this world. The nature of this world is always there will be praises, there is always criticism, always there things are happening. You should not get affected of these things. And that too, you're just 5-year-old boy. Just take it light. Why do you want to take it so serious? And take Lakshayama Kumarasya Saktasya, he says this one, Kridana means, you know what? The best thing you have to do is forget these things, go back and play with your friends. Just go back and play with your friends. This age for you is to simply play with your friends. Why don't you simply go here and understand everything is happening is God's will. Take it as a God's will. You've been insulted, take it as a God's will. Someone is praising you, take it as a God's will. Don't take it too personal. If you start taking everything too personal, you cannot survive in this world. You cannot survive in this world because this is going to continue all the time. All the time. what did Krishna say? Sukha samaya kritva labha labho jaya jayahu. Sukham dukkam. Labham alabham. Jaya ajaya. Means victory, loss. Happiness, distress. Gain, loss. All those things, you just have to try to take it. Don't get caught with one simple thing. When there's a victory, don't jump up and down. When there is a loss, don't sit and cry. Because it's not going to be the same all the time. Pain will come, pain will go. Pleasure will come, pleasure will go. So that's how the life is. Therefore, let's move on with one. Just go back home and be happy with your friends. Don't do anything now. Just get back home. At that point of time, the boy said, my dear sir, I understand whatever you said. Thank you for what you said. But I am fixed in my goal. I want to see Lord Narayana. And if you can help me on doing that one, please help me. That's all I need help from you. Tell me a way, tell me a path where I can see the Lord. And what is that I need to do? Narada was trying to test the determination of Dhruva. By the way, what's the meaning of Dhruva? We need to know that, right? Dhruva means determination. Dhruva means determination. If we want to get determination, if we hear to the story, we will become strong in whatever we are trying to do. Our mind will not be flickering whether I should do or not. Take a step, take a project and drop it off way through. We take some project, make it to the end. That is called determination. You do not take anything which you cannot do it. But if you commit to do something, take it to completion, make it successful. The best example is this person right here. He is always the same. He takes any project, make sure he get it done. Right? Dhruva means being determined in what we are trying to do. That is Dhruva. Now Dhruva saying that yes, yasya yad dhaiva vihitam, yasya yas deva vihitam satena sukha dukkhaha. This is what Narada said. Sukham and dukkam is all going to come and go based on your karma. Karma is defining our life, happiness and distress, all based on the karma. Therefore, you should not be worried about these things. Atmanam toshanya dehi, toshan dehi, tamasaha param richati. Tamasaha param richati. Just cross over this confusion. Just try to work on crossing over this material existence. You know what, Dhruva? You are a blessed child. Therefore, why don't you go back and be in the kingdom and grow nicely, play nicely, and enjoy your life? Just go back. At that point of time, Dhruva said, before even Dhruva said, there's one more beautiful sloka here. He says, Narada Muni says that when you go back, be good with both your mothers, your Suniti and Suruchi. Suniti, you're going to be good, but also be good with your mother Suruchi also. There are for you to be happy in your life, my dear Dhruva, I give you 3 formulas. Okay, he said, I'm going to give you 3 points formula, 3-fold formula. If you apply this in your life, you can be happy forever. Are you all ready? Are you all ready?
Yes.
Okay. Now he's saying that Gunadikan mudam lipsate. He said Gunadikan gunam lipsate. He said that when you meet a person who is more qualified than you, be happy. We'll get to the details later. First thing, you may come across many people, but when you come across a person who is much more greater than you, maybe by education, maybe by wealth, maybe by knowledge, maybe by appearance, maybe by their caste, just be happy seeing that at least they are better. Be happy with that one. Next he goes, Anukrosham gunadimate. He says second point, when you see people lower than you in standards, by education, by wealth, by knowledge, by whatever it may be, skills, whatever may be, when you see people lower than you, show compassionate to them. Show compassionate to them. Okay, that's second one. The third one, she said, Maitrim samanat anvichet. He said, when you see people, when you see someone who is equal to you, make good friendship with them. Make good friendship with them. Don't ignore them. Just make some friendship with them. So this is a three formula that Narada Muni is saying. I want you to go back home. When you go back home, when you see people better than you, think good for them. Don't develop jealousy or envy. Think at least those people are better. I am not there, but at least they are better. Let them be happy. Think like that. When you see people lower than you, don't start thinking, aha, look at me, I am better. They are suffering because of their karma. Don't think like that. Show compassionate to them. Try to do something for them. Help in some way or the other to the people who are lower than you in your standard, in whatever mean they be. And when you see people of your equals, establish friendship with them. This is what he said. Why did he say this one is an important part. Because what Narada wants Dhruva to do is he wants to return back home. When he goes back home, who is he going to see sitting on the lap of the Uttanapada? Uttama. That means he's in a higher position. When you go back, your Uttama is going to be the king because your father loves that son. Do not become envious. Think at least he is there. That's what, let him be happy. Whatever a position a person is in, it's simply happening because their karma. If someone who has to be in some position, it is not just coming by itself. They have done some good karma. Therefore, he has been given some special treatment. And you're not so because you have done something in a previous life. The karma is not working out favorable in favor for you. Therefore, you're not so. That's all it is. When we understand this one, anything that happens in our life, we won't get disturbed. We won't feel envious of someone when they are better in their life, right? And likewise, what happens is when you go back when you see people lower than you in the situation, show compassion to them. Who's that person? Guess who's that person? Who's gone through so much pain but never opened the mouth. Who's that? His own mother. At least insult to Dhruva was insulted only one time. But Suniti, throughout since she got married, maybe after 1 year of marriage, I don't know, whatever it is, she was, most of the time, she was insulted. How much pain that she must be going through. Therefore, when you see people suffering lower than you, show compassion to them. And when we come out, you see all these people, the citizen, which you treat them as equals, as your friends, and we establish friendship with them. This is what you need to do. When you do this one, not tapas. When you do this one, you will be happy in your life. What a beautiful formula has been given by Narada Muni to Dhruva. That therefore you will be happy throughout your life. Dhruva said, in return, Dhruva said, I accept, my dear sir, whatever you said, I accept. I will not be envious. When I see my brother, I will not be envious. When I see my mother, I'll show my love. When I see my citizens, I will show my friendship. I will definitely do this one. But kindly understand, I'm not ready to go back. Please understand, I'm not ready to go back. Therefore, please help me to proceed, encourage me. What is that I need to do? What should I do that will please God to satisfy my needs? Bless me. Please tell me that one. Narada thought, enough of putting test on this child. I tested him a lot and enough. He was happy that he is Dhruva, really is Dhruva. He is very determined in his goal to achieve his goal. Therefore, let me help this boy. But before that, let me put some more word to him. My dear, he says this, now Narada Muni says, my dear son, I will help you, but I want to give you something to you to understand where you're heading to. And still you have a chance to go back home. Let me tell you something. You want to do tapas. Tapas means austerity, penance, right? You know, it is not easy. It is not easy. Even a great rishis and munis are still doing tapas and they have not attained the ultimate goal of whatever they want to attain. They're still rishis and munis, not 1 year, 2 year. For us, one day Ekadeshi we do, next day we are waiting for that khichdi. When Dwadeshi will come, when will we can break our fast? Prabhu, Mataji, hey, what time is the breakfast? Tell me. We set up the time, alarm, everything, do not miss. But breaking fast, not necessarily you have to have chapan bhog. Even a small glass of water is good enough to break the fast. But for us, breaking fast means chapan bhog. We should break fast with all laddu, jamun, whatever the sweets and whatever things are, everything, papad, different types of sabjis and everything. Now we really, I fasted yesterday, so I'm eating feast today. Therefore, you know what, Dhruva? There are sages are fasting for yugas. Their sages are, many sages are still not attained their goal yet. They're there. And you're only 5 years old. You're just 5 years old. Think about it. You still have time to go back. I can take you back home and solve the problem, family problem, and solve it. I'll come and help your parents. Come with me. Tell me. And Dhruva said, no, I'm ready to take up any austerity. Please tell me what is that I need to do. What is that? My mom said I need to do austerity. What is that? He doesn't even know what austerity means. This is the part. The 5-year-old child doesn't even know. He's thinking something. Something is going to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That is austerity. It doesn't even know what austerity means. It heard the word called austerity, tapas, and is going to go do the tapas without even knowing what tapas is. Narada Muni, that's why he said, tapas is difficult, my son. It's very difficult. He said, I'm ready to do. Please tell me what is that I need to do. Now Narada said, okay, you're ready? He said, yes. Now he's saying that first for the tapas, what you need to do is you have to control your mind. You have to control your senses. So that is what he's going to tell. You cannot do any of this thing without controlling your mind. You cannot achieve anything without controlling your senses. Unless and until you do this one, you won't be able to focus your mind on one object. You cannot focus your mind, because when we sit to do dhyan, that is when we will remember that I've kept inside something in the oven. That is when we will think, oh, I forgot today is the last day to pay the bill. When we sit to dhyan, sit at that time, that is when we will think all those things comes. And everything will get a priority, and dhyan will go away. Our meditation will go away. Therefore, he said, Narada Muni is saying that, let me tell you something. The first thing that you need to do over here, but first thing you to do is, one cannot swim unless, one cannot learn swimming unless one get into the waters. As simple as that. You cannot say that I will become a swimmer, but to become a swimmer, you have to jump into the pool. You have to jump into the pool. Likewise, one must have to have, first thing one must to have is have to have a desire first. I should have a desire that I want to learn about God. I want to become a nice devotee. I want to become a bhakta. That desire should be there. If we don't have a desire, nothing will progress. Nothing will progress. One cannot say, let bhakti come, then I will do all those things. It's like I'm telling that I'm giving you what is this soap called? Dough soap. I'm giving a dough soap, and you're taking, Krishna is taking a dough. I'm giving on his birthday, I'm giving a package of shampoos, soap, a conditioner. I'm giving a package of all those things. I'm telling, this is my birthday gift for you, Krishna. And Krishna said, Lal, I will take this. First, I have to clean myself. I'm sweating. Went for jogging. And let me clean myself, everything, and then apply the soap. I gave you the soap to clean first. It's not that you clean yourself and apply the soap. It doesn't work like that. Soap is to clean us. Right? Therefore, we should not think I'll become perfect. When I become 50, when I become 70, I'll be retired from everything. I'll be able to think about God peacefully. It won't happen. It won't happen. Why? Why? At that point of time, we have to take care of our grandchildren. Grandchildren will be on our lap. We have to take care of the grandchildren. Like that, the responsibility will never go away. It's going to be there. So therefore, we have to give some priority towards spirituality. And when to give this priority to the spirituality? not after your retirement, right now. Each one of us are in different age. Therefore, this message applies to anyone. Right now, whatever the age that we are in, right now is the right time to start bhakti, because we don't know how long we are going to live. Our age doesn't define how long, when is the death is going to come. Just because I am old, now that I'm going to die tomorrow, just because you're young, doesn't mean that you're going to live long. We never know. We never know. As soon as we born into this world, also we signed a contract. I'm going to leave this body. The contract is all be signed. The only thing that we doesn't know is when that end of contract. That we don't know. That part we don't know. Therefore, we have to be serious to understand that do not wait to become perfect. Do not wait for the moment which is favorable. It's not going to come. Take it now, right now, and become little bit closer to God. Little bit closer to God. That is what is being told here. Narada is out of compassion. Narada is going to instruct, and he is telling that dharmartha kama mokshayam. He says that, my dear son, you need to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Yekami eva hare tatra karanam pada sevanam. You have to take shelter at the lotus feet of Narayana, and for you to take shelter at the lotus of the Narayana, tat dhata gaccha bhadram te yamunaya tatam suchi. Now he is giving instruction. Now his Guru is ready to give instruction what you need to do, how you have to do tapas, what austerity has to do. Now, first thing he said it, you have to take shelter of the lotus feet of Narayana. Now, first of all, you need to find Narayana. Then you have to find where is lotus feet. Then you have to follow his feet. But before that, what he's saying is there are a number of things you need to do. Number one, tat tata gaccha badram te yamunayas tatam suchi. He says that, my dear son, now you have to go to, as you walk straight there, you will find Yamuna. You will find Yamuna. There you have to go to Yamuna. Punyam, over there, near the banks of Yamuna, there is a vanam called Madhuvan. Madhuvan, there is a forest by name called Madhuvan. Punyam Madhuvanam yatra Sanidyam nityada arehe. You say that you go close to that Yamuna near the forest of Madhuvana, go over there. He said, first you go there. Second, he says that when you go there, then you take bath in the Yamuna river. You take bath over there. After coming out of that, and set a place where you can settle down. Find a place in that area where you can settle down to start performing dhyana. Are you ready? First, you have to go to Madhuvan near the Yamuna Nadi, and over there take bath in Yamuna Nadi and get out of it. Find a suitable, better place and settle down there. Sit over there. After he's saying this, then he says that now after doing this, now focus on the beautiful. You have to control your mind. This is what he says. The next is you have to control your mind, but mind will not come under control. Why? We know why. It just runs everywhere. To bring the mind under control, now he is saying the fourth instruction. Fourth instruction, do Prāṇāyāma. This is where he says, by doing Prāṇāyāma, exhale and inhale, the mind will slowly come into the control. It is a serious matter. When you do Prāṇāyāma, inhale and exhale in a certain way, our mind will come settle down. Now it will be grounded. The mind will ground. It's running everywhere. It will get grounded by doing Pranayama. Therefore, do Pranayama to get mind to ground level. It's up in the sky, running everywhere. It will come to the ground, settle down there. After that, he says, the fifth instruction he says is, then meditate upon the beautiful form of the Lord in your heart. Number one, go to Madhuvan, take bath in Yamuna, sit in an asana. Asana, you have to settle down in a particular asana, and then do Pranayama. And after you've done that one, meditate upon the beautiful form of the Lord. Now, in this chapter, you can just say meditate upon beautiful form of the Lord, but you have to describe the beautiful form of the Lord, because Dhruva has not seen the Lord's form. Therefore, Narada Muni is going to tell the beautiful form of the Lord. Prasadabhimukam Shashwat Prasanna Vade Nekshanam Sunanam Subramam Charu Kapalam Surasundaram. He says, Taruno Ramanya Angam, Taruno Ramanya Angam. He says, Sharanam. He says that, my dear son, that this is what you have to meditate upon. The Lord who has Sri Vatsangam, Ganashyamam, Purusham, Vanamalinam, Shankchakra Gada Padmam, Kiritam, Kundalim, Keyuram, Valayayutham, Kaustubanam Krivam, Pita Kaushava Vasasam. He says this beautiful thing. What he says is that, now, my dear son, meditate upon the Lord in your heart, who is very beautiful to look. Very beautiful to look. His appearance attracts everyone. Now he says, who has a beautiful eyes and beautiful smile. Beautiful eyes and beautiful smile. His eyebrows is very nicely. It doesn't go to what is it? Beauty parlor to do all those things. It's naturally beautiful. The Lord is naturally beautiful. So he says this one, Tarunam means he is very youthful. God is Purusham, Purana Purusham. Purana Purusham means he is the oldest of every one of us. But interesting thing is, he doesn't even have one gray hair. No wrinkles. Yavvanam, Taruno, Rupa Sampannam. Tarunam is youthful, even now he is very youthful. Ramaniya Angam. Ramaniya means is so, Ramaniyam is so attractive. All his Angam, all his parts are so very attractive. We get attracted to people, and sometimes we attracted to some part of some people have some attraction to something or the other, right? But even the most beautiful people, notice or not, they will have some defects. We don't know what that is. They will have some defects. Sometimes the one foot is shorter, another one is taller, and the eyes are little, like right eyes or something, the nose is like this, something will be there. But the Lord's beauty is so beautiful that is perfect in all part of his body. And then his lips and eyes are pinkish color. And he is always ready to give shelter to everyone, especially those who surrender to him. And he is Sri Vatsangam. Sri Vatsangam is where he has a mole on his chest. On the mole, Lakshmi is sitting. Mahalakshmi is sitting on top of that mole. Sri Vatsangam. Ganakshamam. His color is, the complexion he has is Ganakshamam, a monsoon color. Blue, dark, blackish color. Ganakshamam. Vanamalinam is having a beautiful garland from the flowers taken from the forest. Vanamalinam. Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padmam is having the Shankh, Chakra, Gada and Padmam. Conch, disc, lotus flower and club is carrying these things. Kiritinam is also bearing the beauty. Now what I say, rather than staring at my face, you should all close your eyes and actually meditate upon what a beautiful form of the Lord. The Lord is having the pinkish lips, reddish eyes, wonderful eyebrows. He's having kiritam. He's having Sri Vatsang on his chest where Mahalakshmi is sitting on top of it. He's having Vanamala. Vanamala means the forest flower. He's wearing the Vanamala with a beautiful smile. And Kundalinam, he's having Kundalam, Makara Kundalam, a shark-shaped Makara Kundalam on his ears. Keyuram, on his arm, there's an armlet, or the jewels called armlet, a bracelet on the arm. And then he's having a bracelet on his what's it called? Wrist, on his wrist. Kaustubhanam, on his neck is wearing Kaustubha Mala. Pita, and then he's having a yellow garment. And then is having a belt on his waist, a golden thing which has a small golden bells. As he walks, it makes beautiful sounds. Lalata Kancha Rupuram. Nupuram means again anklet. Anklet, right? Anklet with small bells on it. Is wearing that one also. His body features are so pleasing to eyes. Anyone who's looked at him once, their eyes does not blink. Because if you blink, you lose that moment of blink. Therefore, everyone who's looked at the beauty of the Lord, they get frozen. They cannot take their eyes off the Lord. It's like movies. In the movies, the lovers come together, meet at the restaurant. They will have one long juice in front of them with one straw or two straws and one thing. They keep staring at each other, drinking the juice. How long can you stare? Let's be practical. Let's not make fun of. Let's be practical. How long can you look at each other like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, looking at each other? You have to go to restroom also. You cannot do this one. And how can you just go? It's not possible to keep on looking this lady or a boy or things like that. But when you look Krishna, vidyate hridaya grantiki chityante sarva samshayaha chijante sasya karmani drishte paravari. Tasmin drishte paravari. As soon as we see the Lord, darshan we get, all the kalmasham, all the unwanted things gets cleansed, all the knots, attachments in our heart get unknotted, and all the doubts will be cleared. That's the result of seeing God. This is what happens. This is what happens. Therefore, is a mano nayanam vardhanam. Anyone who sees, the mind will get captivated the beauty of the Lord. That is the form you need to meditate. Is given instruction, nice instruction. Go to Madhuvan, take bath in Yamuna, sit in an asana and take pranayama and then get ready. Now meditate on the form. What is the form? The form of the Lord who's standing in front. This is an important point because the story is going to continue later. He'll be standing in front of you, carrying Sankha Chakra Gada Padma, wearing Vaijayanti Mala, Kaustuvamani, Sri Vatsangam, Vanamala, Kiritam, and then armlet, and then what is it? Armlet, right? Armlet, and then all this wonderful Keyuram, Nupuram, all those things. Meditate at this lotus feet. Look at his beautiful smiling face. This is what you need to meditate. And Dhruva said, yes, sir. He said yes. And then he took his permission from Narada Muni and walked into the forest towards Madhuvana. Narada Muni, while he was walking over there, Narada Muni went back to the palace. He went back to the palace, and when he went to the palace, the whole situation scene was so different. Over there, Uttanapada was sitting like this and crying. Sitting and crying. Now he came to his senses. X-ray also same thing happened. Remember, Diti realized later after committing mistake. Uttanapada realized later after committing mistake. Second character, same character. I shouldn't have done this one. Anyway, whatever it is, he's my son. I should have loved him. All he was asking is not the kingdom. Want to sit on my lap. I should just let him sit on my lap. I got attracted to the woman. He was just talking, blabbering and thinking about all these different things. He was crying, thinking, what will my son be doing in the forest? I don't know where to find him, where he has gone. Narada Muni came. My dear king, your son is safe. Your son is safe. Do not worry. He has been protected by the Lord. So you don't need to sit and cry now. Just continue your business. He will come one day. He will come. Therefore, you do not have to be disturbed about any of this thing. So he said, take care. Now what happened over there? Dhruva Maharaj went to Madhuvana. He took bath in the Yamuna Nadi. He came and sat. He is ready to do as per the instruction. He sat in an asana and then did Prāṇāyāma. Narada Muni taught him how to do Prāṇāyāma. He did Prāṇāyāma and he is ready to do the meditation on the lotus form of the Lord as instructed by Narada Muni. But before doing that one, he is preparing himself to control the mind and the senses, everything. Therefore, the Bhagavatam says that he was the first month. In the very first month, he was just, let me get to the sloka here. Dhruva was started the instruction to be received, and then as he was ready, the first month, he was only eating fruits, only eating berries, not every day, 3 times a day. He was only eating fruits every 3rd day. That was the first month vratam. First month, he was only eating berries every 3 days. 3rd day, every 3rd day. He was doing this one. Second month, on the second month, he was eating dry grasses and leaves, not going and plucking like this, whichever falls off. Whichever was falling off, he was eating that every 6th day. That doesn't mean he was also eating fruit salad and also leaves. He was not having food plate and also this one. That was only for first month. Second month, he stopped eating fruits, only eating the dry leaves that was falling off every 6th day. That was second month vratam, fasting he did. 3rd month he goes there. In the third month, he was only drinking water, stop eating grass, stop eating the dry leaves also, only drinking water every ninth day. Every ninth day, only water, not that organic water and all this, filtered water or anything. Whatever the water he gets, little bit he eats, one time a day. Ninth day, he drank only water. That's the third month. Fourth month, he was only living with inhale and exhale. He was only inhaling, and by just the air, he was trying to sustain himself in the fourth month. In the fifth month, he stood up and stood on one leg on the toe. He was standing on one leg and then balancing. When he was doing this time, he was standing on right leg one time and then take the right leg and stand on the left leg. When he was doing this one, the earth couldn't take the weight of this 5-year-old boy. When he was standing on the left leg, the world was just tilting towards left. When he's standing on the right foot, the earth was tilting toward the right side. Why? The commentary says, by then he already invited the Lord into this heart. So what? When the Lord comes inside, he is the carrier of everything. He himself came inside. Therefore, when he turned this side, the world was tilted this side. When he was this side, the world was tilting this side. At that point of time, Dhruva on the 6th month meditated upon by the instruction that's given by the Narada Muni, he was meditating upon the beautiful form of the Lord. Beautiful form of the Lord. As he was meditating on the beautiful form of the Lord, he could see the Lord. And then Lord was appearing in his heart. But then the Indras, Varunas, Vayus, everyone went to the Lord and said, my dear Lord, looks like Dhruva is trying to capture my position. He's trying to take over my place. You want to become my Indra, therefore do something. And Lord said, don't worry about it. He is not fighting for your role. He is a great Bhakta. He has other agenda. Do not worry. I'll take care of it. Saying this one, Lord appeared right in front of Dhruva on top of a Garuda. This is the important point. He appeared in front of Garuda. He called out, Dhruva, Dhruva. He was calling out, Dhruva, Dhruva. Dhruva heard, he was just got something. Someone was calling me. He opened his eyes. He saw someone sitting on top of the Garuda. He closed his eyes. Lord is coming in front of you, Vamsi, on Garuda, and he's calling Vamsi, Vamsi. You see? Oh, hello. Let me sleep. Go sleep. You will do that one. You won't do this one. You won't do this one. But Dhruva, as soon as he saw it, someone is sitting on top of Garuda, he saw that, oh, okay. He closed his eyes. Again, he meditated on this beautiful form of the Lord who's standing, right? Lord said, what's happening here? Then the Lord understood, he's not opening his eyes because he is thinking, Dhruva is thinking, I am not the Lord. What do you mean, I am not the Lord? Because the instruction that he got from his guru, Narada, when he gave the description of who the Lord is, he told the Lord will be standing. The Lord will be standing. He never said, the Lord will appear on top of a Garuda. He didn't say this one. Therefore, according to Dhruva Maharaj, whatever his guru says, according to the description, if fit into the description, that is God. This is how the disciple should be. When the guru says he is God, we believe he is God. Therefore, this is the faith that one should have. Narada said the God will be standing. Now here the Lord came in the Garuda. He thought, that is not God. Then the Lord understood. He got off the Garuda. He got off the Garuda, stood in front of him, as per the description given by Narada Muni, and he called out, Dhruva, Dhruva. He opened his eyes. He saw the Lord was standing. He closed his eyes. He saw the Lord was standing inside. He did not open the eyes again. The Lord was, what's happening now? Now the problem is, there's no difference between outside and inside anyway. Why should I keep my eyes open? Anyway, I'm seeing the Lord inside. Why should I keep the eyes open? Therefore, he closed the eyes. Now the Lord understood I should disappear from his heart so that he can see me. So he covered himself from the heart. Now Dhruva was searching. What happened? What happened? He opened his eyes. The Lord was standing in the front. The Lord was standing in the front. This Dhruva story can continue for another 2 more hours, by the way, if we go in the speed. But it's already going to be 7:30. So I'm going to fast forward, really fast forward, because this Dhruva story is so very nice. So a lot of details are there. Unfortunately, we're bound with the time. When future opportunity comes, we'll get into the details of more things over here. Now, what happens is the Lord said, my dear son, as soon as the Dhruva saw the Lord, Dhruva want to do stotram. He want to praise the Lord, pray to the Lord, glorify the Lord. But he is only 5-year-old kid. He didn't even go to the school yet to learn Baba Blash if I really will. Johnny, Johnny, yes, Papa. He didn't learn any of these things yet. So he don't know how to praise the Lord. So he was stumbling and struggling and trying to get some words out of his mouth to say something about God. The Lord thought he wants to say something, but he don't know how to say something. Therefore, what the Lord did, he took his conch, Sankh, and touched the head, the chick or head of Dhruva. By the touch, Dhruva was enlightened. He was then at that point of time, he did Dhruva's Stuti. That Dhruva Stuti itself can be a series of classes. It can be a class by itself. So we have no time to do that one either. So we'll move forward. And then the Lord was pleased. And Dhruva, I'm very pleased. I'm very happy that you asked me what you want. And Dhruva said, I don't want anything, my Lord. I came here to asking you for broken glasses, but I got you. That's itself good enough for me. And then Lord said, now I'm going to give you something. I know that you don't want anything, but I also know deep in your heart, there is some trace of some desire, something that you want to hold a bigger position than your father. Therefore, I'm going to give you a special place where you can rule that place and be there for 36,000 years. Not 1 year, 2 years. 36,000 years, you will rule that place, and that place will be called as Dhruva Nakshatra, a Dhruva planet. Dhruva planet, pole star. That's called pole star. You will rule the pole star and be ruling there for one kalpa, one complete daytime of Brahma. Once that is done, you will return to me. Dhruva said, so be it. Shall I go to the Dhruva planet now? Dhruva asked, shall I go to the Dhruva planet as you said, my Lord? Said, not yet. Before that, you have to do something. Dhruva asked, what is that? Go back home. Go back home and serve your parents. Take care of your parents and become a king. Rule the kingdom. And then, excuse me, I have to correct something. Rule the kingdom for 36,000 years. Rule the kingdom for 36,000 years. Then you will be promoted to the Dhruva Nakshatra. After ruling there for one kalpa time, then you will come back to me. Now the question is, why? I'll conclude very soon. Please excuse me. Tolerate. Why the Lord did not take Dhruva with him immediately? That's a question. Why did not the Lord tell him, go to Dhruva planet right away? And then you can get promoted to Vaikunta. Why he didn't do this one? Why he said you have to go back home, be there as a king for 36,000 years, and then go to Pole Star, and then come to Vaikunta? Why he has to do this one? Simple reason is that because if Lord has done this one, none of us will send our children to temples. We will be scared. What in case God comes in front of our son and takes the son and goes away? Therefore, Lord does not want to set such an example. Just take it lightly. Therefore, he wants to say that your children will be safe. If you send your children to me, I will make sure they are materially also progressing, spiritually also progressing. But you have to send them to me. That is why Lord sent him back to the kingdom. And when he went back, this is beautiful narrations are there. When he went back, the news reached Uttanapada. Uttanapada arrived on the spot, bringing all his entourage, all his ministers, all the Brahmanas were chanting Vedic mantras. Dhruva was placed on the top of the elephant and he was brought to the kingdom. And then he was taken care so nicely. Later, Uttanapada retired, giving the kingdom to Dhruva. Dhruva became the king. He was ruling the kingdom. And what happened was, At that point of time, Uttama went to the forest. He was killed by an Yaksha. Yaksha killed Uttama, the brother. Dhruva became very angry, and then he went to kill the entire the race of the Yakshas. He was trying to kill them. At that point of time, Swayambhuva Manu came, his grandfather came and said, "My dear son, you should not do this one. Just because one person killed your brother, you cannot destroy the entire race of Yaksha. You should not be doing this one." And bunch of instructions are given in that conversation. You can all read leisurely whenever you have time. I'm going to leave it to you, that one. And then he accepted the instruction of his grandfather, and then he let go, and Kuvera became very happy. Kuvera is the king of Yaksha. He also became very happy. He said, my dear boy Dhruva, I want to give you a boon for a good character, letting my race to live. What do you want? All I want is always remember the lotus feet of Lord Narayana. That's all I want. Kuvera said, so be it. And then he came back, he ruled the kingdom. He also had children, and he made his son the next king. And then after 36,000 years, at that point of time, he went to Dhruva Loka. He ruled over there. In between, some things are all there. Some beautiful narrations are there. And he saw, as he was ruling the kingdom over here, he saw a beautiful aeroplane. I'm calling aeroplane. It's a Vahana. Came down from somewhere, and it just arrived. And two personalities, Nanda, Sunanda, they are the Vaikuntavasis. They walked down and said, my dear Dhruva, get in. It's time for you to go back to Vaikunta. And then Dhruva said, yes. And as he got inside and sat over there, at that point of time, we are almost coming to the last part of it. At that point of time, the flight is going to take off. It's getting to go. He said, hold, stop. He tells to the pilot, Nanda and Sunanda, stop. He said, what's the problem? Forgot something. What? My mother. He said, my mother Suniti. By the way, Suruchi is dead already. When Suruchi heard Uttama is killed, she also got into the fire and she also died. So she's also finished. Suniti was there. What about my mother? How can I leave my mother and go? And Nanda and Sunanda said, Dhruva, raise your hand and look up. And Dhruva looked up. There was another spaceship was going up. And who was sitting in that? Suniti was sitting. Now the questions come. What's the question? This is an important thing. What did Suniti did? She didn't go to Madhuvan. She didn't take bath there. She didn't sit on asanam. She did not do Prāṇāyāma. She did not meditate upon the beautiful form of the Lord. But she is going ahead than Dhruva to Vaikunta. What did she do? That's an important point. You don't need to do anything. If you serve the devotee of the Lord, you will be saved. As simple as that. You don't need to do anything big. If someone wants to progress spiritually in their life, you help that person. If someone says, I want to go to the temple, you say, hey, you always want to go to... No. You drive that person to the temple. If someone is saying, I want money to buy something, give some money to that person. Whether you do or not, you're helping that person to progress spiritually. That itself a qualification for you to attain spiritual world. What a wonderful thing. Rather, the opposite is also true. If you stop someone progressing spiritually in their bhakti, that I'm not going to tell where you will go. We all know. We don't want to go to that place. Hell. We want to assist the devotees. We want to help the people who are showing some interest spiritually. We want to help them. Whether you follow or not, at least let that person progress. When you do this one, that person gets the mercy of the Lord. That person gets the mercy of the Lord. I will end up with the Falastuti. That is very important. By hearing this whole Dhruva Charitra, what is it one going to get? So here is what one's going to get. I'll read this one. Dhanam yashas ayush punyam swati ayanam mahat swargam dravyam saumanasyam. He says this, one will get wealth, one will get reputation, one will get increased extended duration of life, one will get a lot of punyam, and one will get all auspicious things happening in their life, and all happiness will be bestowed, and they will also become and determined like Dhruva Maharaj. And moreover, important point, he says Saumanasyam, which means any frictions that takes place in the family, father-son relationship, husband-wife relationship, they are not getting along. There are some frictions happens, all those will be resolved. Family will become united. They will all become united together by simply hearing Dhruva Charitra. All this sins will be away and obstacles will be removed, and ultimately, like how Dhruva attained Vaikuntha Loka, those who hear Dhruva Charitra with faith will also eventually attain Vaikuntha Loka. Dhruva Maharaj ki jai. Kindly excuse me, I cut lot of beautiful things. I went over my time, even no much time to leaving for any questions. But can we take 1 or 2 questions? Is it okay? Is it okay? 1 or 2 questions? Anyone have any questions? We'll just keep it very short. If anyone has anything, we can ask now. And kindly keep questions also short. We are a little over time here. Anyone have anything to share, say? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, a very small and quick question. So, when Dhruva Maharaj directly went to Vaikuntha, or it was like he went first to Dhruv Loka and then went to Vaikuntha?
So the way that Vyasadeva has given us, Sukadeva Goswami given us is, as he was right here in this planet ruling the planet 36,000 years over, it says that the ship came here and then it was taken. But also we have to understand there's another point. He has to rule the pole star for 1 kalpa period of time. So for us, what we have to take is eventually he is going to go back to the spiritual world after finishing of the kalpa. But he's giving a preview of what's going to happen. That's what it is. There's not more than that details not been provided.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, I think we can stop here. Thank you all very much. And thanks for tolerating me and forgive me for any offenses. We'll meet again tomorrow at 6 o'clock to hear the story of Jada Bharata. We'll hear the story of Jada Bharata from Canto 5. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thanks
Hare
for
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Also, we are
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
for 1 kalpa period of time. So for us, what we have to take is eventually he is going to go back to the spiritual world after finishing of the kalpa. But he's giving a preview of what's going to happen. That's what it is. There's not more than that details not being provided.
Okay.